is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Still got that middle finger waving to Twitter world, and we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170, and I feel free, bird, and alive. I want everybody out there.
Break it out?
Break it out. You are free as a bird. I love it.
Now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm missing.
How's everybody doing, Quad City? It's good to see you
tattoo.
out there. I want to say today's a great day to call your governor, your senators, or your congressman.
Or women.
Or women, if you will. And let them know what you think. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. But call and let them know. The number to Senator Grassley here in the Quad Cities, 563-322-4331. Senator Joni Ernst, 563-322-0677. Congressman Dave Loebsack, 563-323-5988. And Governor Kim Reynolds, 515-281.
If you want to call her that.
5211. Call in and let them know what you think.
Let them know.
Let them know.
Do not be the silent majority.
Stand up for your rights. They work for you.
Fight for your right to party, Beastie Boys.
They don't rule you.
Last night, Spencer Lee, the Iowa wrestler, was named the co-recipient of the 90th AAU James E. Sullivan Award, sharing the recognition as the top amateur athlete in the nation with Oregon women's basketball player Sabrina Ionescu.
I love the name Sabrina.
Yeah, I like that name. Ionescu. I hope you said it right.
Put a little write-up on the ESPN 1170 AM about especially. Here's a list of some of his accomplishments outside of winning being the co-recipient.
How do you know Jay has always the coolest T-shirts ever?
Why are they always falling apart, though?
Look at the front of it. Look at the front of it. It says Rudy Poo.
It's peeling. It looks like it got a little too much sun.
And it's the iron-on patch. And now look at the back of it. What does it say in the back?
Crabman 12.
I remember that when he got crabs.
I did. That's not why I got it.
I did too.
Friend of the show, Nick Toffanelli, started calling me Crab Man because if I was intoxicated, I walked like kind of sideways, like a crab, hands up. Anyway, Spencer Lee. There's some of his accomplishments. He was the Hodge Trophy winner. He was He was named the NCAA most dominant wrestler. He led the nation with 5.0 average team points. Obviously, an All-American, a Big Ten champion, Big Ten Wrestler of the Year. He was the number one seed at the NCAA championships. He was undefeated except for against the COVID. He outscored 18 opponents, 234 to 18.
I think that COVID match was definitely disputable.
Yeah.
I think he beat COVID, Jay.
He had 7 wins over ranked opponents, 4 in the top 7, 3 in the top 5. Won the U.S. Senior Nationals to earn a spot at the 2020 U.S. Olympic Trials. So congratulations to Spencer Lee. And other news, there's all kinds of weird news. Nothing like sports, but it's like sports related.
Okay.
All right. We talked yesterday that the NCAA, the Board of Governors, announced that it would support a rule change allowing athletes to earn money from use of their names, image, and likeness, known as the NIL.
Makes sense.
Yes, it does make sense.
I'm not against that at all.
And
Governor Bomber has spoken.
I will be shocked if in the second hour when Stocking joins us that he does not disagree with us. He's going to say that this is going to kill the NCAA.
Stockpile's coming in?
Yes.
He better not yell at me when he gets here.
He won't.
Oh, stockpile.
The NCAA basically was fearful that there would be a state-by-state action that would lead to chaos because once the governor of California signed a bill until all last September
I'm the governor of California.
Was going to allow the state's
California
college athletes to accept endorsement deals by 2023, and other states, including Iowa, followed suit. Here's how this is a little bit of the idea of what they're going to do. The NCAA doesn't want endorsements to help with recruiting. Good luck with that. But that could be impossible to enforce given that most small business owners in college towns who might want to pay an athlete are, by NCAA definition, boosters. athletes would be required to disclose their terms of their deals to the NCAA to ensure they're paid fair market value. There is a huge problem with that.
What's that?
Talk to me, Goose.
Many of those deals will be for posts on social media where people make a living as influencers and they don't even know what fair market value is. Instagram, social media influencers on Instagram make a lot of money.
Too much. The
NCAA doesn't really know. The NCAA has no intention to cap the amount an athlete can make, but also wants to ensure that compensation provided is relative to the activity. Again, it's unclear how they're going to do that. Finally, this is the biggest one of all for everybody out there that's sports fans that grew up gaming, playing sports gaming. The idea of EA Sports NCAA college football is over. It's not going to happen. The current plan, well, according to the current plan wouldn't allow for group licensing, and athletes would be forbidden from wearing school logos while doing endorsements, which means NCAA football is not coming back anytime soon. So the whole EA Sports, you know what happened with the O'Bannons.
Yeah, I get it.
Ed O'Bannon, when
that makes sense though. Liability.
He said like, "Hey, you're using my likeness, you're using my image and my name to make money." Well, that's what stopped That's what stopped EA Sports NCAA football. So here's the thing that's going to happen. There's going to be all these people that say like they should be paid. You know what I'm saying? This is just the average person that they should be paid, but they want to play their games, and it's going to make them angry. Do you know what I'm saying? That you can't, again, pick a lane, what we talked about off the air. Oh, and there's going to be plenty of people that are going to be that way. They'd be like, well, this is ridiculous.
What? Between what?
That there will be no NCAA football still because you can't use logos. They can't make that. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's right.
It makes sense. I agree.
They can't make money off something they don't have the rights to.
But people want NCAA football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're going to, yeah. Anyway, so that's... there's a lot of this is an unprecedented step of allowing name, image, and likeness compensation. NCAA is going to have to go through a lot of layers to get through. So
basically, like an athlete won't be able to sell their own jersey with their name on it.
No, that's going to be interesting too, because then it's going to be, well, can you sign a jersey?
Why not?
Your name,
why not?
Name is on it because you're making money off of something that has their logo on it. There's going to be it's going to have to be with a fine-tooth comb, and there's still going to be loopholes.
I'm going to patent the bomb emoji.
There you go.
You know, might as well. That's my likeness.
Yeah.
I need some
really
money.
good,
I need some payment right there.
Every time someone drops that in a tweet,
I'm going to need 25 cents.
That's really good. It's a good idea.
You're selling short, kid.
Hey, man, people use it every day and multiple times. You never drop one bomb. You always drop like 3 or 4.
Drop the bomb.
That's $1.25 right there.
Baby. That should be your theme song.
What's that?
The Bomb by the Gap Band. Baby.
The bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You dropped the bomb.
We need to get that.
Should
bump
I play
on
that when I roll into Springfield
and
tomorrow?
You turn me up.
Yeah, we need to.
And you turn me
We need to get that bump. That
You
hot
drop
heat.
a bomb on me. I think I have the song.
Some interesting, good news coming out of New York. I think it's good, or at least we can applaud this.
Is it from Cuomo? Because if it is, I don't even want to hear it.
I think we can applaud this.
All right,
I
let's
think this
see.
New
I'll decide
York
if we can
State
applaud it.
Attorney General Letitia James has joined a growing group of critics in calling on cable and satellite TV providers to rebate pay TV fees to consumers. Her argument is that consumers shouldn't have to pay the same amount for cable and satellite packages, which include expensive sports network, when those sports networks aren't carrying any live sports.
Ooh, well, that just makes freaking sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
On Tuesday, the New York Post reported that Dish is looking to get out of the $80 to $100 million distribution fee it owes ESPN for April broadcasting rights. The average monthly cable
Facilities.
The average monthly cable or satellite package in the U.S. is roughly $100.
Why is that always funny?
With sports accounting for roughly 20% of that fee.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
So I tried to change my package with Dish because I want to downgrade.
Oh, hate Dish.
And so, hey, they're a sponsor.
No,
Can't say
sponsor.
That.
I love Dish.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right, whoa.
Back.
Personally-
Good job, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
There's where we need a kill button.
We got into beef.
She was totally joking.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to change my package up. But right now, it's not letting me do it remotely from. I used to be able to do it from my remote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I want to go down because there's things I don't need anymore. Because they're just
I wonder why I couldn't log on my phone then. Maybe that's
something's up. Something's up. I went to.
Did you do it yesterday?
I was trying to do it the last 2 days.
Maybe it's just been down.
It's the Illuminati. They've had
Just
to
maybe.
go over.
Could be it. But either way, I'm trying to get down because there's stuff I'm paying for I don't need.
Yeah, I had that too.
I'm not using it, and it's just, whether it's
maybe they shut down all upgrades for their remotes and apps because they don't want to pay the $80. They don't have money to pay the $80.
You know what though? I think with everybody being home too, and everybody streaming at the same time, and everybody doing everything, I think they're having a lot more technical difficulties than they're used to.
Mm-hmm. Did they drop the bomb on them?
Not my bomb.
Oh, okay.
Not me. They didn't use me.
Speaking of sports and TV, Amazon.
They can though. I'm available.
Is getting the rights to a Saturday NFL game. Amazon and the NFL have signed a new 3-year deal to stream 11 Thursday night football games each year on Prime Video and Twitch. The deal also includes exclusive rights
Twitch?
for one Saturday. It's an online thing where people
Is that
also
like a new dance?
No,
Twitch?
No.
It's what
It's
you
online
do.
where you can watch like gamers and stuff.
Yeah.
The deal also includes exclusive rights for one Saturday game each season, signaling a potential sea change in the landscape of sports viewership at large. In 2017, Amazon paid the NFL $50 million to stream 10 Thursday night football games. 2018, they renewed their deal for 2 years at $65 million per season. 4%. The Thursday night viewership grew by 4% year over year, up to 15.4 million viewers in 2019. They had a good season last year, by the way.
We need to get our own online streaming company, guys.
We do.
Okay,
we
let's
need
do
to
that.
do our own everything. We
can
need
do
to
it.
just start stuff.
We'll
I need more income, guys.
We'll call it Bomb TV.
Mm-hmm.
Bomber TV.
There you go.
Bomber is the host. You guys can work for me.
Ooh. Yes, Mrs. Bomber, what would you like?
Yes.
Sports is trying to make a comeback.
Do you need help with your toast today?
Fan me and feed me grapes.
The NHL is trying to come back and reopen facilities in May. Facilities.
Correctional facilities.
It's favoring a 2014 playoff.
Which one is this?
The NHL. It has not made a specific decision or a set timeline for possible return to play. This is considered like a phase
Jay,
2.
Aren't they going to have to be a little bit more careful with the COVID? The ice is very cold, and from what I understand,
It thrives in cold temps.
It thrives in cold
And
temps.
temperatures.
Cold temperatures.
It's hoping to move into a phase 2 of its transition plan into mid to late May.
Facilities.
They're targeting a late June to early July window for resuming competitive games, but NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman said they would need at least 3 weeks of training camp before the restart. So, here's what they're kind of talking about. They're flirting with.
And they're saying that this is
like
a
the word
24-team playoff?
Yes, there would be 4 league cities.
All right, how many hockey teams are there, Jay?
I think there's like 32.
Okay.
4 league. I don't know. We can look it up. There's 4 league cities. They would presumably spread across the United States and Canada. Those 4 league cities would host division-based playoff tournaments. I do that with air quotes. Each of the league's 4 divisions would be assigned a city or a hub, with the top 6 teams from each division qualifying for postseason picture and reporting to their respective hubs.
We call this playoff Preparation H for hockey.
It's really good for dark circles and bags under your eyes, by the way.
Preparation H is good on the whole, Jay.
Hemorrhoid cream.
Each division's number 1 and number 2 seeds would play each other. Best of 3 series. Each division's 3 seed would play the 6th seed. No, that's not true. That's not written right. Anyway, they're figuring out a way to do this playoff thing. They're trying to be creative and they're trying to get hockey. More importantly, it would be 4 league cities. It would be a playoff format, and it's not going to get done till late July though. I mean, anyway,
yeah, it'd be 4-1-6 matchups.
Yeah,
4-2-5s and 4-3-6.
Thank you.
Or 4-3-4s.
Yeah,
right.
There you go.
There you go.
Yesterday we told you that Jameis Winston signs a deal with the Saints, which he called like getting a Harvard education, which is, I get it. There's a lot of
Harvard hotties.
There's a lot of brains in that room, but that's kind of a slap in the face to Bruce Arians. And
you just spent $150,000 on
he's going to make
education. You could have got for $250 in late fees at the public library.
Jameis Winston, who was the number 1 draft pick on this day in 2015, is going to make less.
Who is that?
Jameis Winston is going to make less in a 1-year deal with the Saints than Deshaun Kaiser is going to make as a 3rd-string backup of the Las Vegas Raiders.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Gentlemen that know more about sports than I do.
Okay.
Like way more. So with all of this, all these cutbacks and all of this money lost from everything, when football does start again, and I say when because it's not an if, it's when, are contracts going to be super, super low? Are offers going to be, are they going to lowball people because the funding is just not there?
No.
What do you think about that? Because as a family that comes from a small business, I know that with this COVID things and a lot of our clients shutting down, we're losing a ton of money. So even making payroll is hard to do right now. So I can't even imagine with things like the NFL on that level. It's got to be the same, just on a larger scale, no?
What do you mean? As in money lost?
Absolutely. So when you're going to be signing and scouting these people, how are you going to offer the same 12 million, 17 million when they've lost hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in the last year? How are you going to offer those same big buck prices? You know what I mean?
Well, the owners are going to lose money.
Well, everybody's losing money.
But think about this even more, because in baseball, the contracts are guaranteed. So the way they pay for these contracts, obviously part of it is concession stands, people in the stands.
And those are gone.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
So the owners are just going to have to come out of their pockets.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Oh, they're going to have to. They have to pay in baseball. They have to pay it because it's a guaranteed contract.
Okay.
But moving forward,
NFL.
Yeah. Now in the NFL, it just depends on what's in it. We haven't lost an NFL game yet, so it's hard to speculate. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Of course.
Now, if they start losing revenue in advertising dollars,
they've lost revenue in sales. They've lost revenue in.
They haven't. The NFL hasn't lost anything yet.
Ooh, I don't know.
No, they haven't, hon. Think about it. They haven't missed a game.
No, you're right. It's off season, which was great timing for them.
Yeah, great for NFL, right. Bad for the baseball and basketball.
Yeah,
and
the
hockey.
best sport in America.
So they've lost. They lost an enormous amount of revenue, dollar per se, and then they had to pay it out, and there was nothing in return. There's no baseball being played. There's no basketball being played to help pay for the revenue. But they still
get revenue from.
So you're trying to say that you think salaries are going to drop?
Absolutely. That's my
interesting take, Jay. What do you think?
My theory. Just briefly.
At some point, there is going to be a backlash. And just think about this. All right, so gas has gone down in price.
Mm-hmm.
Do tickets go down in price, or do they go up in price to make up for it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to entice people to go to the game now? If you happen to be one of the COVID fear mongers, okay, which I'm not. I'll go and I'll hug you right now, teddy bear.
Hey, yo.
But what I'm getting at is, do you have to do something to entice people to go or not?
To lure them in.
You still have to get that money. You need part of that money. It's part of your revenue to pay for all this stuff. She's absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we see, I don't think we're going to see an initial drop.
I think it's going to
be
steady,
NFL,
and I think it's going to be consistent.
And it's going to be a wait and see something for the NBA and baseball. I think you're just going to have to, one who knows what sort of insurance policy these owners were able to take out on these teams.
Well,
follow me?
Absolutely, there's insurance, of course, but insurance doesn't cover payroll most of the time.
We'll see what I'm just saying. We're going to see a lot of the people that I'm more worried about being affected are the people that work at the stadiums, the people that
absolutely,
whether it's your ticket taker, your security, it's all these people. That is what they survive on. I mean,
the little guy is more
important. Granted, a $1 million athlete should be fine.
Right. They're going to be fine regardless.
And an owner of one of those places should be fine.
They're going to be fine. That's not what I'm saying.
It's the smaller people that can't afford this.
I think that to start off, I think we're going to see lowball offers. Contracts. That's my theory. Hypothesis, if you will.
She has a hypothesis.
I can see your point. And
I don't know how it will. It'll be a trickle down effect if it is, and I just don't. And it'll be.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
I mean,
it's inevitable, don't you think? I was thinking about this last night, and I'm like, there might have been something.
It's all supply and demand
involved.
Is this so? If the Chiefs just picked up the 5th-year option on Patrick Mahomes, when they have to go back and renegotiate his contract, are they going to use the COVID as a hey? You're not going to be the next 40. You're not going to be the first $40 million man.
You're going to see this a lot.
Sorry.
In more than just sports.
Here's the numbers. Your agent, give it to your agent. It is interesting to be like the agent can show you it doesn't. We can't afford it, but that doesn't. Someone will be able to
down the line,
or just down south, down in Texas.
Do you go with loyalty, or do you go with money?
It may hurt the smaller market teams. like Jacksonville's never going to be the team that's going to offer 40, but someone's going to give them this money. There's always going to be someone that's going to pay for it. And
yes, they're giving you credit. Good point, Troy.
Who did? Who's
it's
giving
fine.
me credit?
It's fine. I wear a bra, so I don't count.
No,
it's cool.
That is not true.
What are they giving me point credit for?
No, he's lowered ticket prices to get people, and of course they're going to lower ticket prices. You can fly to Florida right now for $50.
I'm saying that I think they're going to have to.
They have to. Everything is going to.
For as many of us out there that aren't afraid of this or not afraid of getting it and all this other stuff, there's going to be that portion of the population that has a timidness about what's going on. And you know what? If that's what you believe, that is absolutely your right, and I'm not faulting you for that. You do you, I'll do me.
That's right. But don't
yell at me. I won't yell at me.
Don't call the cops on me.
Well, just saying, I won't yell at you. You don't mind. You want to wear your mask. You want to be safe. You don't want to go to games. You don't want to go out. That's you. I want to do me. All right. So, yeah.
God, I'm so sick of it.
I know everybody is, but I'm getting. Yeah, I think in the end, if it is kind of how I'm seeing it, if it is a 50-50 split, as in people that aren't afraid, people are afraid.
Right.
50% of us aren't
higher.
That are afraid.
That aren't afraid. I think they're higher.
Right. I think, and it's going up every day.
Well, let's just say,
Thank
still,
you for that.
There's not enough of us of the not afraid group that can make the total numbers up to help to whatever it is, whatever business we're talking about, whether it's sports, whether it's a bar, whether it's a restaurant. Okay. Eventually, it has to be concessions need to be made. So the deal has to be so good. Like, hey, man, we're having all you can eat crab legs for $10.
I'm in.
You see what I'm getting at?
I tell you,
but you know what I'm saying. You got to throw it out there.
You know when you're scratching a dog and you hit the right spot and the leg goes, you're barking up the right tree there. $10.
It's like, hey, we got nude pictures of Brett Favre for all you Green Bay fans, and they'd be running for that. Right. Oh, Brett, he just used to send them to my wife.
See?
You know.
That's exactly that's genius, and that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to lowball things to get everybody back in.
There'll be promotions.
I need to buy some stock. I need to buy some stock in some NFL teams.
Yeah, you do.
Quick.
Well, the Packers, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Just move to Green Bay.
You don't even need to live in Green Bay.
Just go make out with a guy from Green Bay.
What guy? Which one?
I don't know. Pick one. They need pretty girls in Green Bay. I've been there.
I lived in Milwaukee. There's some pretty girls there.
Well, speaking of Green Bay fans.
She sucks.
Speaking of Green Bay fans.
Oh.
Speaking of Green Bay fans, we have to say happy birthday to friend of the show, Matt Erickson.
Oh, how big is Biggie? How old is he?
Just 21.
21.
No, he's a little bit older than that. Happy birthday to Matt Erickson.
Mrs. Erickson, how does she wake up every day?
17 ounces.
She wakes up every day next to that, and she has to keep her hands to herself sometimes, you know?
Impossible.
On this day in history.
I would molest him every damn day if it was me.
75 years ago, Adolf Hitler took his own life.
Yay, let's applaud that.
Did he
now? It out there.
Did he really though?
Yeah, he did.
Sure he did.
He did.
No. When you're stuck in a corner and you have no other way out, I mean, is that really taking your life?
Yeah, okay, fair. All right. Now, and also,
trust me, I don't think that the Rushkis were going to be nice to him.
No,
that would have been a long, drawn out death.
81 still got that win.
81 years ago today, on April 30th, 1939, Yankees legend Lou Gehrig played his 2,130th consecutive game. It was a 3-2 loss to the Washington Senators. Not only was that the gold standard for nearly 60 years, but it was the final game in his career due to his declining health. We all know the speech that he gave. Today.
I consider myself the luckiest man.
You guys are so talented.
The streak began June 1st, 1925. When he was 21 years old, he pinch hit for Pee Wee Waniger in the 8th inning. That was also against the Senators, and then he never missed another game. And then he went in Wally Pipp, right? Played first base. Started with the pinch hit, and then he got the starting job at first base.
The guy he went in for was named Pee Wee?
Pee Wee, yeah.
Have you never pinch hitted for a Pee Wee?
No, but I know a guy named Pee Wee. Huggy Bear, you going to call in? Talk about his dad, Pee Wee. His dad, Pee Wee, was a fast pitch player.
That's a great nickname.
Oh, nice.
I bet your dad knows him. His dad was a Hall of Famer.
It probably does. Gehrig was also not only, we know him as the Iron Horse, but he's in the top 10 or 15 greatest players of all time.
Yeah, don't you have an Iron Horse?
Ranks in the top 20 in WAR. His 1,995 RBIs ranks 7th, and his 447 on-base percentage ranks 5th of all time. He's got a 3rd overall OPS, and he's only behind Babe Ruth and Ted Williams.
OPS.
On base percentage.
Yeah.
Okay. Specify.
On base plus.
Yeah. Slugging.
Ooh,
on base
like
plus
it.
slugging.
Okay.
So, all right, let's take a break and let's take a look at the NBA and some of their plans that they're going to have forward. We talked yesterday about it, like what they're going to do and why they're going to get to, how they're going to try to get to 70 games. They're doing that for the RSN. The owners want to get to 70 games so they don't have to pay money back.
70 games where?
Remember in the NBA?
Oh, yeah, NBA. Gotcha.
They want to get to at least 70 games so they don't have to pay any money back. And they've got some ideas where to go. I told you Las Vegas maybe one, but now a new site has thrown their hat into the ring and said, we'd like to host the NBA and their little hub, if you will. We'll
you
talk
know what?
about that.
I think the TBK Plex would be the greatest place to
Oh,
host.
you know what? That's a good idea.
We just don't have the other facilities.
We don't have facilities.
We got baseball facilities. we got basketball facilities.
We gotta have. Well, I guess we got to shut down. You got to get hotels and.
We got the Cambria.
I think this place might be just a little bit. Better. Just
a little bit.
Let's start small.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
All we want is the new NL Central. Go ahead.
You can talk about that, but I think that more importantly right now we need to talk about Bayside Bistro.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it, Leo.
All right, well, let me tell you about it, Troy. Bayside Bistro in the village of East Davenport. Bayside Bistro is not your ordinary sandwich shop.
How so?
Okay, well, you won't find deli meat on their menu.
Gotcha.
They use only fresh ingredients, and orders are made to order from scratch, Troy.
I like that stuff.
From paninis like the Bayside Pool Boy and the roasted... Have you ever had the beet and green bean salad?
It is.
Yes.
It is super
Oh,
good.
so
It's
good.
great.
Bayside Bistro has an incredible menu that specializes in what?
Deliciousness.
That's right. And don't forget about their smoothies and fresh juices that they make and their incredible dinner entrees.
I like radishes too.
I know, they're so with salt. Oh, forget about it. Don't take our word for it though, everybody. Check out their Facebook page and read the over 500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today at 1105 Christie Street in the East Village of Davenport.
Nummies.
Nummies.
Hot dog guy, you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
The Will Kane Show.
Pippen may have been one of the best players in NBA history, but he played under one of the worst contracts in sports memory. Scottie Pippen was Michael Jordan's wingman. He was his Robin. Pippen is underappreciated. Michael Jordan said, every time my name comes up, Scottie Pippen's should come up. Pippen signed an extension with the Chicago Bulls. He signed a 7-year deal that essentially paid him a little over $2 million a year. 7-year, $18 million deal. And it became one of the worst contracts in the NBA. Pippen was the 122nd highest paid player in the league, the 6th highest paid player on the Bulls, and it ate at Scottie. It bothered him.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete, but this ain't no gym. You're working hard. But you got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
With local Quad City businesses in mind, Vander Vending, the only locally owned vending company in the Quad Cities and surrounding area, would like to encourage you to support these local restaurants that are open for pickup or delivery or both. Awake Coffee Company in Rock Island, Huckleberry's Great Pizza and Calzones in Rock Island, Cheesy Cow in Bettendorf. Please visit their websites and support your neighbors, the local restaurants in the Quad Cities. Brought to you by the only locally owned vending company in the Quad Cities and surrounding area. Vander Vending, located in Rock Island.
Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. And I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right. I said it.
These are shocking things. All right. Put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugotz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing.
It's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
It
is
right in the garbage.
Right off the right in the garbage. I'm going to throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Levitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
More of us are working from home. Online searches and shopping online is up over 20%. Your business needs a great website, or you could lose relevance. This could set you back a year or more amongst your competition. Town Square Media has solutions, so you are found online. Website design, search engine optimization, social media management, and online display advertising will keep your business open 24/7. Make sure you have a great website. Call Jason with Town Square Media today, 563-210-4741.
Download the ESPN 1170 app today and never miss a thing. Breaking news when it happens sent straight to your phone. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
I see gold in the hills, Jaybird. That's right. We're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And I do believe that's Stockpile across from me. Stockpile Gold, that is. Bomber is, she's out washing her hands. She's always trying to be cleansy.
Well, we got stocking in here. And I didn't want him to have to sit out there and wait for us. I said, come on in.
Stock in the
Besides,
corner.
I kind of have a segment that I want to do anyway, and I'm glad that you're here. I didn't want to have to wait till the second hour anyway. But since you are here and you are an educator, I'm going to give my
my premier educator?
my parent corner story. All right, and I'll get to the education part. And a lot of this has to do with me at one time being a little bit lazy, and that's my own fault, and that's why you shouldn't put off things that you can do today for tomorrow. So
look at you teaching right there.
Recently, my son, I don't know how, has got an iPad to completely just shut down. Like it went from just the Apple logo where I was like, all right, I can figure this out. I'll go on the internet, to it now just saying it's always on the battery and I have to talk to people on Apple. But it really wasn't his iPad. It was his mother's. And the reason why he wasn't using his iPad is because months ago, he locked himself out of it. Because he overheard his older sister saying that she was going to get into his iPad and mess around with some apps or whatever else. So he decided, he's 8. He decided that he was going to change the keypad. Because it's not Face ID, right? He's 8. An 8-year-old can't assign themselves random numbers without writing it down. He's not smart enough to write it down. He's smart, but he's dumb smart. He's like Moxon in Varsity Blues. He might be the smartest dumb kid I've ever met. You don't know the difference between a sneeze and a wet fart. All right? So he's 8. So anyway, this iPad's been gone. And
you ever sneezed and made a wet fart?
Yes. So
that'll get you.
And it's my fault that I should have at the time been like, I'm going to take this opportunity to either call Apple support or figure out a way to get into this iPad. But instead I was like, no, I'm going to teach you a lesson that was not smart for you to just assign yourself random numbers and not remember it. But in turn, this is where the parenting doesn't match. It's like the bridge that you see being built, and there's a piece missing. That's where our parenting didn't match.
The one here in town, you mean?
Yes. It's right there.
The dude got the COVID, man.
Yeah. Just wait till they build the I-80 bridge.
And my wife decided to just give her her iPad. So that's where the parenting didn't quite match. Where I'm trying to teach him a lesson, she said, "I'll just give him yours," and it's frustrating. So then I'm like, now I'm down to 2 iPads that are not working.
Oh no!
Good thing, but he didn't break yours though, right?
No,
just your wife's.
Yeah, I don't have an iPad.
Perfect.
All right, so so then I'm like, I gotta fix these iPads. I put out, I think collectively, 8 hours, maybe more, fixing these 2 iPads. One I got fixed. The other one I had to send back. Now, I fixed the original one, the one that I should have done the work a long time ago. Just got up and said, listen, this is a lesson to learn. Maybe you just stand next to me as I talk to Apple support. I don't know, but I didn't do that. My fault. I'm a bad parent. One again. Two reasons I'm a bad parent. I gave a 8-year-old an iPad, or 7 at the time, and I refused to fix it because I thought I was going to teach him a lesson. Bad, wrong decision. I'm the adult. I should have known better.
So now we know.
Yes.
What not to do with Hazel.
Yes.
No.
Just fix it, but teach him a lesson somewhere along the line.
Beat her every day, right?
I use iPads and TVs as
fix the iPad.
Tools.
The old one, because he needs it for homeschooling, which that's what we'll talk about stocking. He needs it for e-learning, all right?
Yeah.
And I get all the...
E stands for what?
And this is
everybody.
Electrical.
Yeah.
Facilities.
Electrical. I finally get one fix. The other one needs to be sent back because it's an older model, and I'm presenting it to him. I mean, I spend like from 8 in the morning till 10, and then 2 days, and then from 4 when I was done here till like 6:30. So yeah, we're looking at 6.5 hours, if not more, by the way. So and I get him up, and I'm like, here, your iPad. This is your original iPad. I've restored some apps. Here's your Google Classroom, everything else, and he's just as angry as can be.
Did you delete games, Dad?
No, there's one on there. There's one game on there that he had downloaded from his mom's, because he wasn't using like his he doesn't have like a Apple ID or anything like that. And I'm like, what ungrateful kid is just staring at me like, I want the other iPad. They're both
all of them.
Yes,
every single kid.
I was very, very angry. And then I realized this is why, on my end, maybe some of you have done a great job. This is why we didn't have a third child. Because
I can tell you why I didn't have a second child.
Because
that's why I stopped at 2.
Sometimes if you keep making a copy of a copy, it gets a little fuzzy.
Doesn't it?
You don't know where a toner is on the thing. I had this angel of a 10-year-old.
Yes, my daughter's an angel.
Called your
Absolutely.
daughter?
Yes.
It's when you clone something, they always get a little bit weirder.
Then I made a copy, and it just didn't turn out the same way.
Does it? Never does.
So you have an angel and a devil.
I've got something.
So Jay, were you the firstborn, or were you a copy of?
No,
a copy?
I'm a copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a middle.
Somehow he got better though.
No, that's not true. Not true at all. So
I don't agree with that statement.
I am just
I don't know.
blown away by this and the whole e-learning thing, and I'm fine with the e-learning. And that's why I also want to talk to you, Stock, before we get into the MBA thing. I don't have a problem with any of this e-learning, and I might be an educator. I look at it, I tell them what to do, I check their homework, and I say, like, this is what you did wrong, you can't assign it. There's a lot of people that have a problem with this e-learning, and I'm starting to wonder, do they not know teachers in their life?
No.
Do they not? Can they not say to a friend, like, hey, can you just help me out? What am I supposed to do instead of bothering the teachers? This isn't that hard.
Well, some of the stuff that we learned when we were in school, we learned multiplication tables, division table, how to do long division, multiplication tables. Now with Common Core, those are all gone. In fact, I tried to teach a group of second graders one day the multiplication tables that I learned, and they're going, this is not how we do this. And they showed me the Common Core, which has got more steps, and which is, to me, a lot more confusing than the way we used to do it. But that's...
Well, how do they do it now? Right, well, let's just say I'm learning how to
all right, let's say
we don't have time for that.
27 times 14.
I'd do 2 7 and then 1 4 on the bottom, right?
That's not how you do it.
And then I would go 7 times 4.
Yep.
Is 28. Carry the 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2. That'd be 108. And then add a 0, and that would be 270. Mm-hmm. And then I'd add that together for 378.
That's
how I did it.
Yeah, that's exactly how we used to do it.
How would you do it?
Now they do it
way?
with, like, instead of 27 times 14, it's 20 times 10, and
so
7 times
10
4.
is 200.
So imagine you're going A to Z. You're going to go all through the 26
20 times
letters.
10, 7 times 4 is 28.
And then they add those two. It's much more complicated.
So that's 228.
It makes no sense. It's not effective, and it's stupid.
It's much more complicated. It's a whole.
Well,
we don't have enough time.
Guys, it's just a way to show your work. They want you to show your work instead of.
It's more than that.
No, it's not. They want you to show your work. Just because, like Stock said, we did multiplication tables. We memorized it. We had timing tests, out of 100, and it's like, how'd you know that? I just know it.
It's the dumbing down of
show
America.
how you do it.
No, they want to make people.
Yes,
it is. It's the dumbing down of America.
It's not dumbing down. They just want you to show your work. It doesn't work for someone like me who doesn't like story problems or whatever else. It's
they want you smart enough to run the machines.
For me, for mental
math,
I mean, I could go into a store and pretty much know how much I have to pay in sales tax because I learned my multiplication tables and how to multiply with division and fractions of that. But kids nowadays don't want to learn that.
Just give them I almost cussed, but just give them a calculator.
Please do.
Well, we can't do that because kids can't spell now because everyone does spell check.
They still can't spell.
End of the damn day. I mean, at the end of the day, I rarely have to do any multiplication like that. I just pull up my phone. I'm just saying.
Remember when our teachers were like,
you're
never going to have a calculator on you at all times?
At the end of days, the people that survive, they won't be able to do any math. That'd be great. Then I'll be valuable then. But other than that, as of right now.
Metric system, we should do that, Kyle.
I don't want no metric system, Kyle.
Now, before we went to break, I said the NBA has talked about getting the season up and running, how they're going to do it, to get a plan of action, even maybe open up some facilities as early as May 8th.
Where are they going to open up some facilities at, Jay?
It's looking like Disney World would like them to. Ooh. Disney World would like to them to host
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yes.
It might be the perfect place. It's got all the things that you would need. Here's some of the reasons why it would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's Wildwood, a sports venue in Orlando, offers a number of advantages in this scenario, including multiple courts for games and broadcast readiness. Also, Disney owns ABC and ESPN. That would be the problem because they'd have to work out a deal with TNT.
And they can't let visitors in right now. Because of
that's right.
Go ahead.
And they got plenty of hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
The Wild World of Sports
and the team's family
also has close proximity to Orlando Magic and has plenty of hotels to sequester the NBA teams.
Sequester, that's a great word.
They do that to juries, too, especially in the
It does make sense.
A subpoena.
They could make it work. If you were going to do it and you really need to have it up and running, the other one I told you was Las Vegas.
I like Disneyland.
I like the Disney World, actually, not Disneyland. But it's a good idea.
Disneyland's a joke.
But here's the thing.
I've only been to Disneyland.
But here's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do. I don't think they're going to be able to do a regular season. I mean, you got teams like Golden State and New York that are way out of the playoffs. You're gonna have Golden State come. Do you honestly think that Steve Kerr's going to stay as Steph Curry? Yeah, you need to play these final 5 games. I'd rather have Steph Curry be 100% for next year rather than him going out and playing 5 games.
Well, they're fine.
Don't bring him.
They still got to play in their 5 games.
The problem is you have to take those. Some of those guys on that bench have to go, and yes, it's gonna for those teams that are fighting for a spot. Yes, they're gonna play some scrubs and they're gonna get in there, and it's gonna leave someone out. But so be it. Then take it out on them next year. Steve Kerr already said we're done for this year. Yeah. We're planning for next year. We're planning for next year. We're moving on. But yes, they have to take somebody there.
Yeah, but honestly, though, that's the problem. I think for the NBA and the NHL, they have to start with the playoffs because starting with the regular season, playing the last few games of the regular season
you need
for
to get
teams.
to 70 stock.
You got to get to 70.
They got to get to 70 for some money.
The owners do not want to send a check back to the regional sports networks. They've got to get to 70.
They're just playing 5 games stock.
And they got to get their legs underneath them.
It's
not playoffs. Yeah,
it's 5 games.
It's 3 games for who would I say? The Lakers.
3 for the Lakers and 5 for a few other teams. But like you said, it's going to hurt the playoffs because if on the final day, if New Orleans is supposed to play Golden State, and Golden State is playing, the bums of they're playing, guys that off the they're playing Donald Duck and Goofy from Disneyland, from Disney World, and New Orleans clobbers them, and New Orleans gets a playoff spot.
Good.
Or what? Let's say
you want New Orleans in, you want Zion in.
What if it's Golden State and Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City wins, and they knock New Orleans out of the playoffs?
Well,
and Golden State's played a bunch of bums.
This is just like from The Last Dance. I mean, if Paxton hadn't made that shot, we never would have had the 63 points against the Celtics. You know what? And you know what else? If my aunt had a blank, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah, that's true too.
So play the 5 games. At least get it done. You know what? You don't know what's going to happen. Listen, a rock could fall out of the sky tomorrow, and we'd all be dead.
That's true, but
so forget about it. Who cares?
Well, I still think that if you're Golden State, you're going to put Curry and Durant on dry ice and say we're not playing them in these final 5 games that mean absolutely nothing. And if we lose all 5, hey, we get 5 more ping pong balls. And I think they should change the way they do the lottery, but that's
true too.
Put all the teams in an envelope. If you're the worst team, you're guaranteed a top 3. If you're the second worst team, you're guaranteed a top 5. If you're the third worst team, you're guaranteed a top 10. Put them all in envelopes. Bring somebody out.
They're gonna want games.
Huh?
The players are gonna tell you we want games to get under our legs. They're gonna say it, and on top of it, they're gonna be just a little pushed by their owners, just to be like, hey, it'd be pretty good if you just told people that so we could get to the 7
What do we
games.
want? Games. When do we want them?
Now.
That's right.
Pound your pots, pans. I'll get it done.
And the NHL thing, from what I read, what it would be is the top 2 teams in each hub or division would play against each other.
Yeah, I thought I read that, but then I was like, I thought I read that wrong.
In a best of 3, they would get straight lined they would get moved up.
I lost that
for the
long
one
time
who
ago.
had the best, who had the top advantage.
Thank you.
And then 3
Oh,
versus 6, 4 versus 5 would be playing at the same time at best of 3.
Thanks, Doc.
And then I think they weren't sure on after that, but I think it's like the winner of 3-6 would play 2 and 4-5 would play 1. It's really ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I think you said we had a game to play, Jay.
We do.
We have a game to play?
Yeah.
It's
Please.
opposite of how Iowa does their sub-state baseball. In sub-state baseball, it's 1-6, 2-5, 3-4, and then the team who is the top seed survivor goes on to the finals, and then the 2 play a semifinal game, and then the winner plays the sub-state for the sub-state final.
So New Orleans has played 64 games. They'd have 6 to go to get to 70. Where Memphis has 67 games, and so does the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
Houston Rockets are at 64.
64.
There's a lot, and so are the Oklahoma City Thunder. No one wants to see Memphis in the playoffs. They want to see New Orleans.
Well, it doesn't matter.
You get them out of there.
You're gonna get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
That's
Jay.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. But they're gonna. I'm telling you,
your
they're gonna
fits.
get to 70 games, guys.
Get those tight pants off. We're big pant people.
All right, so they're playing at Disney. Let's say the NBA is playing at Disney World. All right, Stocking, you're gonna love this. I don't know if you are, but you're gonna play along. We're gonna make a team. You're gonna make a basketball team. You're gonna have to draft 5 players.
Okay.
2 guards, a center, and 2 forwards.
Okay.
You have to draft from a pool of Disney characters.
2 centers?
Oh, I got this.
2 guards, 1 center, 2 forwards.
I got this all day. Give me a paper plate so I can write
point
on
guard,
something.
shooting guard, small forward,
There
power
you go.
forward.
Yep.
Give me a pen.
I don't have an extra pen.
Jay, give me a pen.
Please.
I'm gonna, now, thank you.
Right
Kids
on
at
a
home
plate.
listening, they're not in school.
You're so
Just
much.
right on a plate.
Kids should not listen to this show.
What?
Who gets to draft first?
I think it should be me.
Okay.
Oh, of course it should. Shortest guy gets to go first.
I know, but I really don't know where to go.
He's
on
the
He's
the boss. So.
Go, let's go, man.
He's who's boss? You better check
I made this
yourself,
game up at
stockpile.
11:45 today. I was like, "Hey, let's do this." Now, you would think I have more
Did you make a
like
team?
input into this. Yes, you have to make a team of 5
whole
from Disney
team.
characters.
Let me Google Disney characters. It's been a minute.
Is Space Jam a Disney movie, or is it
No.
owned by Disney?
No, that's got
Warner
Bugs
Brothers.
Bunny.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Good,
dude.
good. Well, that makes me
Can't use
happy.
anybody from that. It's only Disney characters.
Oh, this is going down.
Let's go. What do you got?
I'm going center first.
Okay, who's your starting center?
I'm taking Elliot from Pete's Dragon.
Is that the dragon?
That's the dragon.
All right,
right.
cool.
He
Elliot, wait,
he
which
can-
one's?
Hold on. He can fly.
Okay.
He can breathe fire.
Okay.
He's tall as all can be.
Okay, but do they have to follow the same rules as the NBA players do, or is there like no holds barred right
Does
here?
have little arms though.
I want to see him make a bed.
So I don't know. That might be the downfall on that. But I have to
who's-
stick with my pick.
All right, you got Elliot. Who's picking next?
You are T-Roy. Then it goes bomb. Then
This
stock
is
for
center.
2.
Center.
No, you can take any position you want.
Oh, well, I'm taking Maui from Moana as my power forward.
Who's Maui? That's the dad.
Maui, make way, make way.
Is that The Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. You're
He can
taking.
turn himself into anything, by the way. Massive round mound of rebound, if you will. Maui.
Ooh.
And your power
okay.
forward.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know.
I know. See, you make it seem like it's super easy.
It's not.
It's not super easy.
This is serious. I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Really? This is great.
I'm gonna. I gotta go to this. I gotta.
I'm gonna be like, I
Harrington
should
Pub
have picked
Facebook comment
Esmeralda.
line.
All right. Oh, Stitch, I love you.
Ooh,
Don't say names out loud.
You know what? I can't. Nobody's picking Stitch for anything. Okay. All right, I got a tie for center. I don't know
Okay.
which one. I don't know. You got to help me choose, guys. Okay, so it's between Beast from Beauty and the Beast and James P. Sullivan, a.k.a. known as Kitty.
Who?
From Monsters, Inc.
Oh.
The big blue dude.
Okay. So you're trying to decide
between Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
And Kitty.
Take the Beast.
I don't know. They're both kind of the same size. I think the Beast would be more aggressive.
I also think the Beast could be the face of your franchise. He's not as ugly as Sully is.
Oh, I think Sullivan is super adorable. Beast is a little scarier when he yells, spit flies out and stuff. He's intimidating. Sullivan's not. So he could be like a secret, like a secret weapon because, look, he's so fluffy. He's not fluffy.
You got to make a pick.
I know. Help.
Do
see?
it. I said take Beast and get over with.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Sullivan.
All right. Then.
What's up?
At
That's
the
what
center?
I wanted you to do.
At center?
Yes. Kitty is my center.
Stock, it's you for 2. Then Bomber, you're up.
I'm taking my boy Donald Duck.
Oh wow.
And Mickey Mouse.
Wait. Okay. Okay. So who's who?
Wait, what position?
They'll both be guards.
All right.
All right.
So Mickey obviously runs the point, right?
Yep.
And then it's shooting guard. Why Donald Duck?
I'm a Donald Duck guy. I like Donald.
You just didn't want to lose. You just want to lose it, huh?
So Donald Duck.
All right. Now here's the thing that we didn't. Though. Here's the thing we didn't think about.
Okay.
Disney characters or the people they bought, because that would include Marvel and.
It can include everything Disney.
The Disney universe.
Well, we're doing
Disney.
the cartoon.
But I did but I did Kitty and he's Pixar and he was bought by Disney.
Yeah, but that's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sticking with the cartoon.
Okay.
Not the comic.
Not the movies or whatever. So okay.
Oh,
all right, Jay, what do you got?
It's never gonna end.
Oh yeah, I'm back. Hold on, wait, no, Bomber's up.
No, you are.
No, you are.
No, it's Bomber. Then
No, it goes Snakes.
Oh.
Bomber, yeah.
Okay, point guard. I got Mushu from my daughter's favorite movie was the what's her name? With the sword. She dressed like a man. Come on, help me out, guys.
Yeah.
What's her name?
No.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God, the Asian girl.
Yeah.
Who dresses like a man to fight the war.
Mulan. Yeah, Mulan.
So Mushu, because he can go in between everybody's legs. He's just.
All right, now it's my pick.
No, it's mine.
No, you went first.
Oh yeah, darn it all. Yeah.
All right.
I finally thought I had something.
You thought you had your center, but I have a better center.
I gotta go twice now.
I'm taking the giant from Jack and the Beanstalk.
I'm taking the beanstalk.
So right now, you come into the paint on T-Roy's team, and we're going Bad Boys Pistons
Have
on
you
that.
seen that? That guy's dumb as can be.
All he's got to do is rebound and knock the snot out of Donald and Mickey.
But a lot of centers are dumb as can be, if we're going to be honest.
Listen, I'll fill my intelligence in with the next
Big
3
doesn't,
picks, Jay Bird.
Acclimate with intelligence.
With the final pick of the second round, and then we're going to break.
Okay.
The final pick of the second round, at power forward, I'm going Goofy. He's got his own sport Goofy
Speaking
franchise.
about dumber than he's gonna trip on his own damn feet.
He has no
athletic ability.
There's an entire sport Goofy franchise on it.
Well,
Power forward. He doesn't even know where those elbows are going. He's just all over the place. And then he just no referee's gonna tee up Goofy.
Terrible pick. This is why you'll never coach. This is why
This
you'll
is
never
sport
coach.
Goofy.
Yep, I'm with
That doesn't
her.
make any sense to say that. There's sport Goofy. He's got. Do you see anything else on here?
Sport Goofy.
He's got his own movie line. I like Goofy.
You take
you
it.
would.
You take it, Jay.
Well, that's
take it
that's-
right
that
up
ends
the
the
tailpipe
second
because
round.
that's where you're going with
That
that
ends the
pick.
second round of the.
All right,
the
well, where's
Disney
your first pick of the third round?
We're going to break.
Oh, now you got me all worked up, and now we got to go to break.
Yeah, we got to go to break.
Bunch of damn garbage.
Bring it on, Goofy.
All right. Speaking of Goofy bombs, guess what? Guess who filmed a commercial for Vans today?
Who?
Me.
You were in a commercial?
Hold on a second.
7
What
seconds.
brain did you have?
Me?
What? How do you do this all morning?
That's what I
You were
do. I
here-
wake up and piss excellence.
You were here at 11:30. You did a commercial. What? It took you one take, and then you called all these
you know,
comments.
I
Take
did-
T-Roy.
Well, I mean, we did like 5 takes, but I only had 7 seconds. It's a 7-second. They're throwing me in.
you know what?
Our
I was
friends
in a
from
Pirates commercial.
WQAD,
Yeah, I remember
Randazzo.
that.
Me and
And
Randazzo
in
called me in a fade.
between, you're like, hold on. When they're like, hey, we need you on
Stock's
set.
been a WQAD. He's a WQAD guy.
They're like, hey, we need you on set. And you're like, hold on, I'm calling a congressman. I'll be there in a minute.
Well, actually, I was on the phone with the governor.
While I
at the end.
powdered
the governor.
I was
Hello,
powdering his nose.
Governor.
I was feeding his grapes Feeding him grapes and fanning him.
Well, yeah, me and Leah, we hooked up today. We did a lot of stuff. Anywho,
Yep.
Van's Pizza and More, everybody. They're
all
open
legal, by the way.
11 to 9 now, every day. All you got to do is call 563-232-1396 to enjoy the best COVID specials around, man.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. $5 cheeseburger basket.
Gamma.
$7, you double that up.
It's a double cheeseburger?
Yes, ma'am. A $5 little personal pizza.
Okay.
Single topping.
All right.
Or $7 more than two topping, or two or more toppings, specially.
That's an amazing deal.
$9 any medium. Any medium.
And
$12 for any large, Jay.
Do you have pineapple and anchovies?
No anchovies. Pineapple, yes.
Pineapple, yes. Okay.
Yeah, no anchovies.
No,
Sorry, but I bet, if you yell at Mark, he
I
might
love
get it for you.
anchovies.
All you have to do is, again, call that number, 563-232-1396. You can have that delivered to anywhere in Bettendorf or LeClaire, or come by and pick it up at Van's Pizza More, 5023.
Which I recommend. Get out of the house.
Yeah, Competition Drive in Bettendorf. Get around. Wave at your neighbors.
Competition Drive.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
A hailstorm is never good news for your home, especially your roof. Recent ping pong to golf ball sized hail hit the Quad Cities. This type of hail can cause catastrophic damage to your home's exterior. Even new roofs can be affected. Don't wait. Call All Major Restoration today. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, All Major will walk you through the entire process, from filing an insurance claim through construction. Call the experts at All Major Restoration for your free storm damage inspection. 563-322-0060. Se habla español.
The Will Kane Show.
Pippen may have been one of the best players in NBA history, but he played under one of the worst contracts in sports memory. Scottie Pippen was Michael Jordan's wingman. He was his Robin. Pippen is underappreciated. Michael Jordan said, every time my name comes up, Scottie Pippen's should come up. Pippen signed an extension with the Chicago Bulls. He signed a 7-year deal that essentially paid him a little over $2 million a year. 7-year, $18 million deal. And it became one of the worst contracts in the NBA. Pippen was the 122nd highest paid player in the league, the 6th highest paid player on the Bulls, and it ate at Scottie. It bothered him.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Sheedy Family Chiropractic is your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury, don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit SheedyChiro.com. That's SHEEDY Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic. Getting you back to work, play, and life.
Golick and Wingo.
All of it was a reminder of just how difficult, and I think Steve Kerr really underscored this anytime you heard him talking about it, of how hard winning is at a high level like that. And it just is sold to all of us as so easy, and something that maybe not easy, but it's just such a perfect package that when you look back on it, to see all of the warts and things that went into it is pretty eye-opening.
Golick and Wingo, mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey, this is Eric at Winger Truck Line, where we have been in continuous operation without a layoff for 74 years, and we are hiring drivers. During this unprecedented time in our nation's history, Winger Truck Line is staying strong and hiring for regional home weekends. We are busy serving our families, our customers, and our nation. How about you? Call me today, 800-593-6433, or see us online at drivewtl.com. Let's go!
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
Well, gosh, we're back.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, boy,
This is the Hassle Castle, if you will.
We got King Troy to the right of us, Jokers to the left. Here we are.
Stuck in the middle with you, Jay.
Want to remind you that locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities since 1934, Tri-City has been your source for restaurant equipment value. They've got quality, they've got very competitive prices, and they offer a full service. You can check out Tri-City Equipment online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom with over 1,600 items in stock. If you have someone who has been maybe a chef in the family because of the COVID, maybe they need some items that you need to get, you can check it out. They will deliver to you, and they'll match any prices online. Any restaurant equipment and kitchen equipment sales are guaranteed, including 30 days of labor and 90-day parts if you're for those getting into bigger things. You can give them a call today at 563-322-5382 for any questions you may need for your personal bar or the restaurant or your personal kitchen. Showroom hours are between 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We've been in business with Tri-City since 2008 at Pints. They are locally owned. It's important to do it. And if you're ever, whenever this whole thing breaks, keep them in mind. If you're ever hosting a party, don't go to a big store place where they make you buy, I don't know, a set of 8 martini glasses when really if you only need like 5. They'll take care of you. Just go ahead and call them down at 322-532.
Kurt.
Yep. Kyle,
you got all kinds of people down there. Jeez, I'm having a name fart.
Here we go.
Because you're thinking of who you're going to take for your third pick.
So we're into the third round.
That's what it is.
Before we went to break, we told you that Disney World has thrown their hat in the ring to say to the NBA, if you want to host a city, if you want a host city or a host place, you should have it here at Disney Worldwide Sports. We said it could be a good idea. We support it. Stocking and I disagree on whether or not if they should play out the games, just get into the playoffs, but that doesn't matter, which led into the draft of if you're going to create an NBA basketball team out of Disney characters, who would they be? So far, we're just starting the third round, the first pick of the third round. I went with the first pick overall, Elliott from Pete's Dragon at center. Then T-Roy was up next at power forward. He took Maui from Moana. Bomber took Sully as a center. Mm-hmm. Stocking had back-to-back picks to end round 1 into round 2. He took Mickey Mouse at point guard and Donald Duck at shooting guard. Bomber came back with Mushu from Mulan at power point guard. Mm-hmm. T-Roy went the Giant from Jack and the Beanstalk, Mickey and the Beanstalk at center. I followed that up to end round 2 with Goofy at power forward. Apparently wasn't a very well pick. I don't know. All right. Then for the first pick of round 3 at point guard, I'm taking my Magic Johnson. I'm taking Genie from Aladdin.
Where?
I'm putting him at point, but he could play all 5 from anything.
Questions?
No?
Questions?
But he's like my Magic Johnson.
Can he use magic?
Listen.
Can he use his magic powers?
Yes.
Like, can he? That is not fair.
So's Maui. Maui can use his magic stick. All right.
But the Genie can play all 5 positions.
That's fine.
Yeah.
By the way, you think you got your Genie? You think you got your Genie?
Yeah, I just picked him. Yeah.
One, he's not going to stop my shooting guard.
Your shooting guard, okay.
Or should I put him at point?
I don't know, man. This is
my shooting guard. Mm-hmm. Who, by the way, he's kind of a guard forward.
Guard forward, okay.
Yeah, Peter Pan. Bring it. You want magic?
Ooh,
I got
that's
it.
good. That's good.
Peter Pan?
But
Peter Pan. He can fly. He's fast. You can't catch him.
He doesn't have the mental capability to translate to the game.
No, he needs Tinkerbell.
He's a boy.
No, he doesn't.
This is a man's game.
It doesn't matter. He's got Maui and the Giant to protect him. He's just like Jordan. Let's go.
Maui
Keep going.
is mine. How he's gonna what?
I took Maui.
Did you take Peter Pan at shooting guard?
I took Mushu.
Is that what you put him at?
I took him at Peter Pan at shooting guard.
He's a boy.
He's a Disney character. You drafted a dumb. You drafted a dumb dog. No one even knows what Goofy is. Is he a dumb dog?
I tell you what, it's Sport Goofy, by the way.
Goofy, if you're listening.
T-Roy doesn't like you.
Okay, Bomber.
All right.
Dude, I'm lost right now because I don't understand this.
You don't understand. Just draft a character.
Yeah. All right, for shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this game anymore.
I love my next two picks. My
I
next two
don't
picks
like
are
it.
so
I just need somebody with ups,
awesome.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody with ups. I got Dumbo because he got the trunk.
Dumbo can fly. There you go.
My shooting guard.
Dumbo.
Stockpile.
I'm gonna take Pluto
Okay, Stock, hold on.
and the
what?
Beast.
Pluto.
Yes.
Pluto is what?
The dog. He's gonna be my
understand
what
what he is and what
position?
position.
forward.
Small or shoot or power?
We're gonna go power. He's a dog.
Yeah, but he's
he's smarter than Goofy.
He follows a mouse. How smart can he be?
Oh,
That's his dad. You be
Yeah,
nice.
you be nice to Pluto.
Whoa, we're not going to talk crap about Pluto.
My dog would eat
draw
me
the
if I was a
line right
mouse.
there.
I'm just saying.
And
Ooh,
and the
look at
beast and at center of the
What is
Beast.
that?
So I'm taking Bomber's pick.
Okay.
She turned down the Beast. He's got to spy on my team. He's gonna be my setter.
Right.
Beauty and the Beast. Back to you, Beauty.
You know, I don't. After this, I kind of want to take Snow White.
I would like to take Snow White too and show her a thing or two. Leah,
So, I don't know what's happening on my phone right now.
I don't know either. How does it that you come up with that?
I was Googling, it's just Kismet, I guess. I was Googling Disney characters and some Snow White things came up.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I
She
didn't
did.
do it.
Yes.
I did not
didn't.
find those pictures.
I didn't do it?
Maybe it's your
Jeez.
search history.
Okay, what's my next position?
Well, what do you got?
Hold on. That's not what I meant.
You got center, point guard, shooting guard. So you need a power forward and a small forward.
All right, power forward. I'm going to do Elsa, if she can use her powers, because she can use her eyes to put it to the net.
She took my next pick.
You're welcome. Go, Elsa. Go, Elsa.
Man, I don't like to be
Let it go.
What did you just pick?
Elsa. She
Let
really,
it go.
At what?
really upset me. I'm not talking to you right now.
At what position?
Not
Power
talking
forward.
to you
Oh,
right
jeez, that's a
now.
waste.
That's
Oh, you
not a
know
waste.
what?
Elsa's a great pick.
That was a great pick.
That was an outstanding
Excellent.
pick, Jay.
And she has to sing the whole time she plays, too.
Well, I'll tell you what. First of all, my next pick, Jay, at point guard. You're not no better handles in the game. By the way, speed, everything you need in a point guard. Dish, pick and roll, give and go, anything you need. I'm taking Officer Hops from Zootopia.
Okay,
that's good.
That's a really good
What
pick.
what position?
Point guard.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good point guard.
That's a great point guard. Shoot. I'm a little jealous of that pick.
Well,
all right, what do I have left? I have.
Well, you got to do a power. You got to do your small forward.
Yeah,
next, but
I
Jay's
do.
up for 2.
Small forward.
And I got to do my small forward too.
Small forward. I should have saved Mushu for that one.
Well, you should have, but you messed me up. So now you're in big trouble, sister.
Love you so much. This is serious.
My shooting guard.
Yep.
I'll take Simba from Lion King.
Oh.
I like him. He's athletic.
Yeah.
He can be a loner sometimes, but he can also be a leader.
You had a hard time with that though.
Yeah, but hey,
He's got a lot of. He's
He
got a
knows how
big
to be a
ego.
team
He's got
player.
a big ego.
yeah, I'm taking him in my shooting
All
guard.
right.
And that's the end of round 4. And round
Yes.
5. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? I gotta get a power forward now. I mean, shooting forward, small forward.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it now. I
You
got my.
got it. No, I don't want to know.
Oh, I love it. God,
Okay.
I have a great team. I'm gonna have a great team. Oh, I can't believe I didn't.
And
say
that
this.
small forward, I'll take Buzz Lightyear.
He's pretty
Ooh,
small.
He is small.
Pretty small.
I'll take Buzz
He's
Lightyear.
smaller than my ex-boyfriend.
I'm
Okay.
next. I'm next. Mike, back off.
All right.
To seal my championship,
Okay.
by the way, and then when we vote on this, you know I'm winning this, by the way.
Yeah.
At small forward,
Yeah.
by the way, him and Maui can intertwine, go back and forth, and
I
whatever.
don't know this movie as well as you do, obviously.
I'm taking Wreck-It Ralph, and you guys are done.
No! Wreck-It Ralph was mine!
Ah, well, that's what you get for taking Elsa.
That's a good pick.
No!
Yeah, I have a squad.
Yeah, T-Ray might have stepped up here.
Got me a squad. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I got my small forward. What's
Who's
up?
yours?
You ready for mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tinkerbell.
She's small, all right.
She's magic. She's magic. She's got the dust, and she can just take that ball to the net. She can
guys
go
are-
over all y'all.
You guys
know
give
what?
too much credit to Peter Pan. It's not for me.
Wow. Peter Pan was-
Tinkerbell is not
come on,
Peter
man.
Pan. Tinkerbell has her own
She was in-
series.
she was in-
She has her own movies.
Maybe you should graph Grumpy. Don't be hating on our pick.
You guys are similar
with Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. Last pick.
I'm going to take at small forward Mufasa.
Oh,
ooh, the evil.
No,
that's his dad.
He's
the
Simba's
king of the jungle.
dad.
Yeah, he's the original
Simba
king.
did. All right.
He's
I thought
not
Mufasa was the
small,
evil.
but he's.
Taking Mufasa.
I like that. You're thinking
I
outside the box.
was thinking Pinocchio or Dumbo. I was thinking Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah. Maybe one of the Seven Dwarfs. Mm-hmm. But then I went with Mufasa. I could sign Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I got a combination of power and speed, man. That's all I went for. Power and speed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I may be looking back on it, and I don't know about the Buzz Lightyear. I like all the other ones.
Nope, can't
Simba
take it
was
back.
a stretch. The Wreck-It Ralph probably fell a little bit too far down. But we all waited on small forward.
I'll trade you Peter Pan for Elsa, since you have Tinkerbell.
I don't know if T. Roy won this, Derek, because my team's pretty beasty. I don't know, man.
Whoever's saying I won is probably right.
He's right.
Okay, who's in second then? Me, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to put it out there, though.
I will trade you Peter Pan for Elsa.
No, I'm not trading anybody. You don't have any fun anyway.
Of the NFL draft, I have my winners and losers.
Yeah, all right. Let's do your winners and losers, and then we'll go to break. Let's talk about your winners and losers of the NFL draft.
Okay, my top winner.
Speaking of drafts,
is the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, so did Mel Kiper. Had the same.
I had them in there. They were. I threw. I didn't.
My other top five that I thought really won the draft was Denver, Cincinnati, New England, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay.
What about our Cowboys?
Yes, no.
My top loser is Green Bay.
Yes.
Yep.
In the other losers, I have Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Carolina, Chicago, and Dallas.
Oh, no.
Well, you say Chicago.
CeeDee Lamb is a wasted pick and a bad pick for a team that had needs. Dallas has needs, not wants. If they had wants,
right,
yes, CeeDee Lamb's a great pick. But Dallas has needs, and they didn't address those needs.
Yeah, they did. They addressed every one of their needs.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Linebacker, you're going into next year with Sean Lee, who's injury prone, and Vander Esch, who's got an injured neck, and those things are not easy to come back from at linebacker. You have a Dallas team that also is planning on David Gregory and Alden Smith sometime getting off of suspension, which is always a dicey proposition. They did not they did not draft an edge. They could have drafted AJ Espinosa in the second round. They didn't. They could have got Cushenberry at center. They didn't. They did draft a center, but they could have got Patrick Cushenberry III, who has an 84-inch wingspan at center, who was taken in the third round. They didn't get him.
Arm length necessarily isn't always going to help you at center.
Well, it does because you could still block. I mean,
he's like a human encyclopedia.
The guy that got the bad A's, whatever, I'm not pronouncing it, from Wisconsin. By the way, 3 years starter at the position, all Big Ten. The guy is a stud. The guy's a huge stud where they got him late.
I still have taken Cushenberry, but
I don't mind the Cushenberry pick, but I'm saying you're beating up the CeeDee Lamb pick.
CeeDee Lamb is a want pick, not a need pick. Dallas has a lot of needs.
CeeDee Lamb, as far as Pro Football Focus goes, was the top graded top graded wideout coming out of college, only tied with Jerry Jeudy and another Cowboy right now from Alabama. Who's the other? Hello, Stocking.
What?
Who's the other wideout from Dallas right now that's from Alabama? Yes.
That's my boy.
Those are the top three rated out of Pro Football Focus. Doesn't play around, man.
What position is he going to play on the field? Slot. He only played slot 30% of the time last year at Oklahoma.
It doesn't matter.
I think it does.
He's got the speed. He's a route runner. It's weapons for Dak. Period. You get that. You don't pass up on a guy that.
They had a lot of needs on defense and on the offensive line.
Your other losers, you had Dallas. Who else? You had Green Bay, I agree with.
Yes.
You had who else on your losers?
Chicago.
They didn't necessarily.
They
didn't have much to start with.
They now have 11 tight ends.
All right. Not great. Go ahead. What's the next one?
I had also Houston.
I didn't think Houston did great.
And I also had Miami and Carolina. Carolina went all defense.
First of all, Carolina went everything they needed to go.
But they could have still picked up some offense for
had great draft. No way am I giving you that, and no way. And what was the other one? Did you say Miami?
They took
Oh my
The
God.
only bad thing Miami did is take.
They took Derek Brown over Isaiah Simmons, and I would have taken Isaiah Simmons.
Dude, Derek Brown is a stud.
And they also but they also could have gotten Teddy Bridgewater a weapon or somebody to block for him, because they have their offensive line.
Their
That's
offensive
why
line
Cam
wasn't
Newton's
the problem. No, it wasn't the problem. Cam hurt himself by his scrambling.
Well, I still think that
I disagree with you because somehow the offensive line was good enough to help Christian McCaffrey lead the league in both receiving
They
and
could have
rushing.
got
But I
another-
could be way off. You're wrong about Dallas. You're wrong about Carolina, and you're.
Let me tell you a couple things about Dallas.
I'll give you the Bears. It's not great.
I took
but
also
not,
Miami as a loser.
You're way wrong about Miami.
Tua Tagovailoa is not going to be the end all to be all. He had more injuries than you could stake a shook at.
You can
you
can buy CD.
Watch Bay Days is going to be a badass.
You can buy
for
CD Lamb's jersey now. The Dallas Cowboy. It'll be number 88.
That was my cousins in high school.
Yeah, like Irvin
Nate
and
Brandt,
Brian,
shout out.
Des Bryant.
And Drew Pearson.
And Drew
Come
Pearson,
on.
yeah.
I mean, they obviously feel good about it. According to CBSSports.com, the thing that the Cowboys did this year is a new philosophy that McCarthy came in and talked about. A lot of people will say that McCarthy's not pulling any strings, and he's not. But he did have an idea that he wanted to go with. And according to the team's vice president of player personnel, Will McClay, a big reason that McCarthy was changing the team's philosophy. And here's his quote. This was a unique situation. We've been the same staff and had an understanding of them, their likes and their dislikes. So now you get a new coach, a new staff comes in, and we started entertaining what they wanted and what they were looking for in free agency. But one of the first things McCarthy said that made me jump up and down was players over scheme. We have to have a scheme diverse enough to handle taking good players and figuring out where they fit. That was a unique thing to hear a coach say. Most of it is system-based when they look at things. So that opened the door for a lot of things. So what you're saying is where they fit, what they need, scheme-wise, McCarthy's saying we're taking the best athlete, the best person, the best football player there, and we're going to adapt our schemes to them.
I still think that when you have a need, you have to fill it.
I agree.
Stucky, but you're talking about needs that are not needs. Listen, if any injury happens to any team, then it becomes a need. So you're giving me ifs. You're giving me if Sean Lee gets hurt. You're giving me if
But
Vander
he's
Esch
been
doesn't come
injury
back.
prone.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's
not.
not.
Injured
But it's
all last year, but
hypothetical.
it's still hypothetical.
It's hypothetical.
1 year in 5, he doesn't get hurt.
Okay, then good. Maybe it'll be 2 out of 6 that he doesn't.
I still think
I don't know what to tell you, Stocky, but I can't live my life off ifs.
That's
And
how
ifs and buts
insurance
are
companies
any
make
nuts
money.
we
That's
all
not
They
how you
also
make deals.
reached on Ben Nanucci in the 7th round. I would have taken Drew Stanley at quarterback.
All right, first of all, to be honest with you, anything past the 4th round, I don't care about.
Did you watch the
Listen,
5th, 6th,
4th
and 7th?
round, first through 4th round, your guys better be starting. And guess what Dallas got in all their first through 4th round picks? Starters.
Studs.
I still think you need an edge. They didn't address the edge till day 3.
Starters.
Well, they need edge.
Oh,
also.
by the way, that edge they got out of Utah? Starter.
No.
The Bengals released Andy Dalton today. Do you think he'll end up being a New England Patriot?
4th round starter.
I would say no.
Who released who, Jay?
The Bengals released Andy Dalton.
I would say the Patriots are only going to get Dalton if they can, they'll have to finagle some contracts because they have virtually no cap room. And once they sign their draft class, they probably won't have any draft room, any cap room.
By the way, your winners?
What?
New
In a
England
couple
was
years,
not a
yeah,
winner.
I guess it can't be that bad, though, yeah.
New England and Cincinnati had good drafts, but they weren't
New England's cap room is almost non-existent. And that's why you're seeing, like Kansas City, I think Kansas City cut Cole quit because of cap room concerns.
Remember when he was on the Chiefs?
And also, the Bears will not sign Trubisky to a 5th-year option because they would be on the hook for about $25 million.
So why doesn't Dalton go to the Bears? Cap room there?
They could. The Bears could get
some cap room.
Yeah.
I think.
The question
is, they're going to cut all those tight ends.
Well, they have to. They're not unless they go with a tight end formation out in a preseason game. But no, I mean honestly though, I think you look at a team like the Bears could be up for Andy Dalton. A team maybe like the Chargers.
But they have Nick Foles though.
Well, it never hurts to add to the quarterback room.
Just let it play out and
Jay.
trade for Aaron Rodgers. What?
Chargers are going to be the team he lands with.
Who? Dalton?
Andy Dalton. Absolutely.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't think Herbert's ready to start. I don't know. Do you
Herbert.
like Geno Smith there as your starter?
No, it's Tyrod Taylor.
Or is it Tyrod? I'm sorry. I thought Geno
No, I
Smith
don't like
was
that
there.
either.
No.
I don't like Tyrod Taylor. I think they dump Tyrod Taylor if they have the cap room.
Well, they're going to go with, I think Anthony Lynn's been talking Tyrod Taylor. I think they're going to go with Tyrod Taylor, but I could see Dalton with the Chargers. I think T-Roy's onto something there. Dalton could be a Charger.
The only other place,
Jacksonville's a place.
Jacksonville?
It's a possibility, but here's the other place that I'd like if, and let's just say he sits out there and he remains a free agent for some time. If you don't see any sort of growth out of Drew Lock in Denver, Andy could run that offense.
Yeah, but it's
efficiently.
a Joe Flacco move, isn't it?
No, it's kind of a think about Trent
Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer. It's
To
a Trent
Baltimore.
Dilfer move. You still have a strong defense there, I feel, and you have a ton of weapons. All he's got to do is not make mistakes.
Yeah,
and
Denver,
they short up that O-line.
Denver really.
Just don't ever
That's
make
why
a
I said
mistake.
Denver was a winner.
Well, I'm just. Let me ask you this, there, because by the way, Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb were graded exactly the same. So if Denver takes CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys would have turned around and taken Jerry Jeudy, are you seeing the same thing?
Yes.
Then you're crazy. I love you.
Well, I mean, we're all crazy.
I love you, Stockpile, but you're out of your mind.
I think at where Dallas had a lot of needs in the secondary.
I don't think. Listen, maybe they take AJ Epinesa in the second round. I wouldn't have disagreed with that pick. Don't get me wrong, but at that point in the first round,
I would have taken Gladney, that kid from TCU.
No, they ended up. Diggs is still a better prospect. Diggs was a higher graded prospect, and they still got Diggs in the second round. I like what they did with Diggs. They could have taken Epinesa, but Diggs was a first round talent. So was Epinesa. You went with needs. They did have needs at corner. They went with needs in the second round. He's going to be a day one starter.
And I think that, but Dallas does have a problem with the edge. And Alden Smith and Gregory
they can solve that problem
suspended.
I think they can solve that problem with free agency. And by the way, I like what they did with their draft pick. I like this kid out of Utah. Watch some of the film on this kid and watch what everybody's saying about this kid out of Utah.
Right.
I can't think of his name right now.
Out of Utah.
It's like Uba something or
Ubana, Mufasa.
We've been speaking Disney characters. Now I can't remember names.
I'm gonna be a mighty kid.
But I don't think the Bears had a great draft, and I don't think there's a Bear fan out there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we know Green Bay had a terrible draft, and I think Minnesota had
a great
draft.
Yeah,
Detroit had a pretty good draft.
Yeah, Detroit was the one problem I have with the Detroit draft is they took Quintez Cephas out of Wisconsin.
Bo Cephas?
No, Quintez Cephas, who had been bounced from the school because there were some allegations.
Yeah.
And he was found innocent. Brought
Allegations
back.
of what?
Sexual assault.
Ooh, that's bad.
And we're not talking harassment. We're talking assaults.
No, I got you. That's not good.
And I just don't think that was a great pick by them. But I like Detroit's draft. I like
There's
Tampa
no
Bay
rules
getting
in the NFL.
Wirfs. I think that was an excellent pick.
Tampa Bay is well,
The Jets blew it by taking Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton was red flagged by the NFL for failing a drug test.
Yes, he was.
He has no discipline. You cannot tell me that these players do not understand. You are about ready to go in the NFL.
Mississippi State had no
clean.
discipline. Sometimes it's your surrounding, though. Mississippi State had no discipline.
They're
They
entitled.
showed that plenty of
But
times.
here's also with
you go to
Becton.
the professional team.
They think they're above the law.
Becton, at his first year in college,
This is driving me nuts.
blew up to 390 pounds. He couldn't even make it through pregame warm-ups. That shows me a lack of discipline. If you can't watch your weight, that's a lack of discipline.
I'm with you, brother.
That's true.
Give me a break.
But I'm saying the coach
at
doesn't
some
do it. Yeah.
point, though, 390 pounds. I mean, there's people that are big, and I understand that. But I'm saying if you're at 390, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Listen, I thought Wirfs was the best offensive lineman in this draft, hands down. And I think the Jerry Wills the third or Wills, whatever the kid, that was the second best one.
Yeah, I thought the Giants blew it because the Giants could have picked anybody at tackle, and they took
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas. I would have taken Wirfs in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
because he is the best. I thought he was the best lineman in the draft.
He's a freak.
But they don't care about liabilities. The NFL does not care.
Tom Brady's not going to have to worry about people being Wirfs.
You're above the law.
The what?
You're above the law in the NFL. If you are an NFL prospect, There are
what are you looking at, Jay?
made for you, and you're above the law. This has been proven time and time again.
Dan Patrick yesterday, which is
You're talking about the sexual assault allegations.
No, I'm not talking about that anymore.
No, I was. I was just responding to his because I couldn't get a word in edgewise when they were talking.
Well, all right. We're going to go to break, but before we do that, I'm going to give you a NFL trivia question.
Okay.
Before we go to break. 25 quarterbacks. And don't answer it till after break. You guys can write it down, scribble, whatever else. 25 quarterbacks have been drafted first overall in the common draft era. Okay. So that's since 1967. But only 3 have gone on to win both an NFL MVP and a Super Bowl. So 25 quarterbacks have been drafted first overall in the common draft era since 1967, but only 3 have gone on to win both an NFL MVP and a Super Bowl. Okay. Can you name all 3? You can wait till the break. Let's take a break.
2? I got 2.
And I also want to mention what Mikey did when he talked to Dan Patrick yesterday and asked what you guys think about that. His comment.
Go, Bob.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, Bobs.
Have you heard of Tim Hernandez before?
Yeah, the ID Life guy, right?
Yeah, he wants you to focus on new and fun ways to get fit for yourself and your family.
I need to focus, man, because I'm getting fatter every day, kid.
COVID-19, 19 pounds. I'm at like 18 right now. ID Life wants you to be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The ID Life name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no 2 people are alike, so everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. Do you have health problems, Troy, that may be holding you back?
Yeah.
Me too. Scoliosis, all that. I mean, we don't have time. We don't have time. Talk amongst yourselves.
Drugs are bad.
The doctors and scientists develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you the most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Tim Hernandez today at 563-508-7221 so he can show you that what makes ID Life different is you.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Brooks Koepka put up a picture yesterday of a steak with asparagus. And then Christian Smith sees this photograph and says, meanwhile, people can't make their bills, but it's so nice you have an expensive dinner. Christian Smith doubles down with tone deaf. And Brooks Koepka comes back at him with, what have you done to help, big guy? And then here's the third person entering the mix. Scott Van Pelt makes an appearance and says, the guy is having a steak. You're really doing this? Why are people like this? It's such a good question. Why are people like this? Guillermo put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Why are people like this? Yes or no?
I think it's the asparagus. I mean,
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Sheedy Family Chiropractic is your choice for chiropractic care in the Quad Cities. Chronic problems, joint pain, or recent injury, don't let pain slow you down. Sheedy Family Chiropractic in Davenport can help decrease your pain and improve range of motion, keeping your busy life moving. Same-day appointments available most days for new patients and $20 sports physicals. Call today or visit SheedyChiro.com. That's SHEEDY Chiro.com. Sheedy Family Chiropractic, getting you back to work, play, and life.
Is your kitchen or bathroom embarrassing? You need them redone. But do you know a contractor that you could trust? You need an all-star. You need to call Mike at All-Star Home Services. Mike and his team have been transforming kitchens and bathrooms for over 15 years. Call today for $500 off your complete kitchen or bath project. Plus, with financing available, get your kitchen or bath done today for one low monthly payment. Call 563-299-3786. or at all-starhomeservices.com.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Did you see what happened with Kyle Rudolph? Because it reminded me of you for all of the wrong reasons. Kyle Rudolph went to Twitter and pointed out that a media member had asked him for his gloves that he cheated to win the game against the Saints with. And he said, sure, for charity, of course. I'll even sign them for you since it's for charity. And then he gave it to the media member, then saw it being sold on eBay for $375 plus $6 of shipping, and just pointed out that that was wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's fireable.
Listen, I have since apologized. I mean...
You apologize? You've been leaving messages on Kyle Rudolph's machine?
Yes, Rudy.
Charity's the name of my wife.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
With the loss of a loved one, planning a fitting service can be a real challenge. At Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, with our personalized service and attention to detail, you can be confident the service will be everything you wished for. We've been serving families in our area for generations. We would be privileged to serve yours too. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
All right, everybody, back in the Hassle Castle. Brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And this is Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170.
Well, it may not be like golf trivia, it's NFL trivia, but we're going to say anyway that this is brought to you by Hidden Hills Golf Course. We gave a trivia question before we went to break.
Talked to Big Mike today.
You did. Will you tell people about what you guys might be doing there at Hidden Hills?
So what we're going to do, we are doing it.
Okay, good.
Mike's
off
our current menu for Vans Pizza and More, which we got a new one coming out. So there's going to be a new one coming out with new prices and everything else. But if you're out there golfing, you're coming up on the turn. Let's say you're at 6.
Yeah.
Call up. Hey, Vans Pizza More. Out here at Hidden Hills, we're getting ready to hit the turn here in about 20 minutes. Can I get a pie? Can I get a sandwiches, burger basket, whatever you will, whatever have you. Boom, order it. We bring it to the clubhouse. Hopefully, we're hitting you about the same time when you're arriving. If not, we're a little bit early. It sits there and waits for you because you paid with it with your credit card over the phone. Booyah. So delivery out to Hidden Hills. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
It's a great idea to do.
Hey,
I mean, it really does
Mike,
work. Yeah.
Thanks to Mike for that. So
yeah, that was smart of him. Hidden Hills is out there at 4335 Indiana Avenue in Bettner, just north of the TBK Plex and Vans on Competition Drive. Go ahead and call out there at 563-332-5616. They are they're not taking tee times, but you can show up there or give them a little call ahead. They'll say, yeah, we can fit you in. I'm sure it's going to be really busy this weekend. It's going to be 77 on Saturday, chance of rain on Sunday, but our friend James Zahara told me yesterday that he didn't think it was going to rain at all. It was just 30%.
Par 70.
Yep.
Zahara's gold, baby.
Yep.
Gold.
Want to remind you also that they have leagues forming starting on Tuesday, May 5th. That'll be a 2-man league, and again, you can call up there, but Mike said that they'll take people in the league going up to that day, going into it.
I'll tell you what, Jay.
Yeah.
Another thing about 2-man league, I got something coming for that.
Okay.
As soon as we can get them damn doors open, baby.
All right.
Got some ideas.
Okay. And then May 6th is going to be the 4-man. That's an ABCD format out there as well. Call out there for more details at 563-332-5616. Ask for Big Mike out there at Hidden Hills. All right, before we went to break.
By the way, I forgot to ask him if he liked that we call him Big Mike on the radio.
Before we went to break, I said 25 quarterbacks have been drafted first overall in the Common Draft era. The Common Draft era is considered since 1967. 25 quarterbacks. Because I know some people out there on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread are asking what are the parameters of the question again. 25 quarterbacks have been drafted first overall. That's number 1 overall. Not in the first round, number 1 overall in the Common Draft era. But only 3 have gone on to win both an NFL MVP and a Super Bowl. Can you name all 3?
I would say the first one's easy. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is one of the 3. Do you agree or disagree, Stocking?
I agree.
You guys get that one. Okay.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw. Do you agree or disagree, T-Roy?
I disagree. I don't believe he went number 1 overall.
He did. 1970 to Pittsburgh.
He did?
Yes.
I'm going to agree with Stockpile.
Jay, is he right?
Circle gets a square. Stockpile's right.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, what's the last one?
Troy Aikman.
I'm dying though, Brad. You doing? Brad, it's a great. Our friend Brad said Ryan Leaf. He didn't go number one, but it's still funny. I'm sorry.
I know, it's funny.
All right, the last one.
Troy Aikman.
John Elway.
I had Elway.
Bomber. Where do you go?
Brett Favre.
No, who do you agree with? T-Roy or Stockpile?
Stockpile.
Circle gets the squares. It is John Elway.
I had Elway as my third.
John Elway, Peyton Manning,
I had
Terry Bradshaw.
I had Manning, Aikman, Elway. Yeah, I had Manning, Aikman, Elway, and then I possibly had Staubach. But I didn't know Bradshaw was number one.
Yeah, Bradshaw was number one in 1970. In fact, the Bears and Steelers went 1-13 in 69. They held a coin toss.
So Aikman didn't go number one overall?
Aikman did go number one in 1989. Bradshaw went number one in 1970. They flipped a coin.
So what? Aikman never won what? NFL MVP?
NFL MVP, yeah. Pittsburgh won. Pittsburgh called heads. It was heads.
It never
they
said.
got Bradshaw.
There are some things. I never said they won it in the same year. The NFL MVP and the Super Bowl in the same year. They won it. So.
Yeah, I don't think Elway was
MVP.
Breb
said that Elway didn't win it in his 2 years, and that's fine. But yeah, those.
But
are the
you
three.
did win it beforehand.
I mistook Aikman's NFL MVP for Super Bowl MVP.
All right. Well, yesterday, and other things we're talking about because we're trying. They're trying to make sports happen. And there was a flirtation, first reported by Bob Nightingale of USA Today, that the MLB, the Major League Baseball, is thinking about making 3 10-team divisions. Okay. Not the biggest fan of this idea, I'm not going to lie. And T-Roy and I have realigned them for him.
Yes, I already got that written down.
I have them too.
You ready,
here.
Stock?
First things first, what do you think about the 3 10-team divisions, Stockpile?
I don't like it. It's going back to the I want to be your Bud Selig's radical realignment plan from the late 90s where he wanted to shift all the teams practically. This is they're wanting to do this, and they're using the short-term issue, and they're saying, hey, if we do this, we might be able to get some people to watch us, which is another short-term fix because it's not going to work that long.
I know.
I think baseball is going towards short-term fixes that are not sustainable or work, and they're talking about well, it's only for 1 year, it's not going to be permanent. Baseball's going to look at the ratings, and they're going to go, look at how big these ratings were because we were the only sport, and they'll make it permanent. And I don't like
it.
What
It's not going to be the only
Stock?
sport, though. NHL just told you you're going to come back. NBA is going to come back.
Stop.
Major League Baseball thinks they'll be first.
Let me tell you my realignment idea.
Yes.
You keep the 3 divisions, or the 3 divisions per league.
Hmm.
Okay? So here's my new American League.
Overall, yeah.
You ready? My new American League. The East. And this helps with travel. Mind you, this is all about travel, Stock. Because I want you to be able to cover as much stuff as you can when you go out on the road.
Yeah. Me and Jim Cannon are on the road.
So the new AL East consists of the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, the Phillies, and the Blue Jays. The new AL Central, the Royals, Reds, Indians, Tigers,
Pirates.
Goofy.
And Goofy.
Goofy.
Your new AL West, the Padres, the Rockies, Diamondbacks, Rangers, Astros. Your new NL East, the Braves, the Nationals, the Rays, the Marlins, and the Orioles. The new Central, the Cubs, the Sox, the Cards, the Brewers, and the Twins.
Ooh.
And your new West, the Dodgers, the Angels, the Giants, the A's, and the Mariners.
The Central is dominating.
I'm not a big fan of realigning the whole league.
Let's do it. Come on,
man.
No,
I like
the
it.
National League and American League are tradition, and you're talking about tradition.
It's been changed before, Stock.
Not like this.
Yeah, but I'm saying let's do it.
I disagree. I think that I'm not a big fan of just doing things for travel because
It's changed 3 times since I was a kid.
What happens if you have a team move? What happens if, say, Tampa Bay would move to Montreal? Then you might have to. Then you're gonna have to change.
Tampa Bay moves to Montreal. I got it. Done. Are you ready?
Yes.
If Tampa Bay moves to Montreal, then Philly moves to the NL East.
Yeah, we just shuffle
and
it
Tampa
around.
Bay moves to the AL East.
I don't like the shuffling.
We stockpile it, if you will.
It's been. They change it all the time.
Not like this.
Really? Because the Houston Astros were a National League team when I was a kid.
Right, and they have changed it a couple of times. But you're talking wholesale, a stockpile full of changes, and that's not good for the game.
I love that shameless self-plug you use right there.
I just think that you keep. I mean, Major League Baseball, you've got the National League, the American League. Keep it the same, because what you're going to do is, for your short-term gain, you're going to throw out the purists. And then when you lose the short-term momentum and you're looking for people to with baseball, your purists are out the door and they're not coming back.
Good.
Okay.
Purists like me.
Shake it, don't break it. You're
but
gone.
in your theory here, Troy,
you're still going to watch your Cubs.
No, if they go to this realignment that they're talking about, I'm out this year.
Okay.
But you're coming back.
Central's going to dominate.
Okay, well,
like the National League dominates the American League.
I'm against short-term gains.
I want to hear you guys. I want to hear your thoughts of this. All right.
Talk to me, Goose.
R.J. Anderson at CBS Sports went into Outside the Park Baseball 21 Sim, which I've actually looked at this, but I really don't have the time to do these things to like be a fake general manager. But he took everything in to he realigned everything. He shortened the season. And he put out there to see what the computer predicted what would happen. All right, he did have to change some things because we don't know what the playoffs were going to look like. But each team played a 100-game regular season beginning in July. A total of 12 teams qualified for the playoffs. The top 4 teams in each division.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 best teams by winning percentage each received a first-round bye, while the bottom 8 playoff teams each played a 1-game playoff. So there's 4 wildcard games. From there, the rest of the playoffs were played in a traditional format, minus the AL-NL dynamic, obviously. Best of 5, then consecutive best of 7 series. Here's what happened. The Red Sox clinched the East Division at 60-40. The Indians won the Central at 65-35, and the Dodgers won the West at 69-31.
At what in 31?
69-31.
What was that again?
Yeah, they won the West. The Dodgers, the Indians, the Cardinals, and the Braves finished with the top 4 records in the league, all earning first-round byes. The Yankees, Phillies, and Nationals were all tied for the final playoff spot at 50-50. And Philly won with a tiebreaker, a run differential.
See, I would go with a regular 1-game tiebreaker to get in.
But there's 3 of them.
So they play each other.
Okay.
Do you guys the way it is set up, dude? Are you a fan of the 1-game tiebreaker? The 1-game playoff with the two wildcard teams play off for a 1 game? Do you a fan of that right now? The way it's currently done.
Yeah, I guess I am. I mean, I would rather be done with. I would rather not have a wild card at all. And if you're the best, if you have the best division record, you're automatically put to the league championship series. But if you're gonna have a wild card, I guess a 1-game wild card is because if you got a tie,
so
it's one game.
You're saying your 3 division winners automatically make it. Whoever's the best record in the division gets a bye.
Yeah, it's a league championship series.
Okay, I don't like that.
I do.
But it makes from.
Do you want to leg wrestle in the hallway?
What?
Do you want to leg wrestle?
Do it. Stocking. Take her down.
No,
but what he's saying is it makes the regular season more valuable.
Okay, explain it to me then, because
because let's just say this: with the more teams that make the playoffs, the less valuable all those games you played during the year.
Okay, true.
So you'd have 6 pennant races for the division, and then an extra layer of who's going to get home field, and you want that bye to the LCS because you might be stale for a game, but you get to set your pitching staff the way you want. Your players, you got players that get nicked up over 162 games. It
rewards you for being the best team throughout the year.
And also, the survivor of that divisional series may have a totally ramshackled pitching staff, and they're not going to be able to rest as much. You get rest and home field.
Well, I'm taking it in because it's funny that you might not know this, but they've contacted me about taking Manfred's place, and when I do, I'm going to realign it. But I'm going to stick with your playoff. I love it.
Now let me take you through the rest of the simulation. The final 4 teams left in the postseason.
I'm just going to disagree with you.
Were the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Angels, and the Rays. The Dodgers and the Rays met in the World Series. The Rays beat the Dodgers in 6 games, giving Tampa its first championship in franchise history.
Not gonna happen.
Couple other things. I don't like this simulation.
Is this a computer?
Yes, it was a simulation. I don't like it.
I mean, the Dodgers always
They
lose
must
with
have done
Roberts.
this one on Adele, bro.
Well, there's no way the Red Sox are going to go 60-40. I mean, that's crazy. They had the Cubs as the third worst record in that Central Division.
Wrong.
The only thing that I will say about this simulation.
Yes, sir.
Garrett Cole had a 6.5 WAR. Mike Trout had a 5.8 WAR. Juan Soto had a 5.7 WAR. That's fine. They're the best players.
What are
but
the Yankees
leading the
in?
league with 34 home runs
No.
from the Philadelphia Phillies. Bryce Harper. In this simulation.
That name, it just keeps coming back to haunt us.
She just went from 6 to midnight.
I was just like shaking my head the entire time reading this article.
Now, T-Roy,
like, look at that.
If you do replace Rob Manfred, you need to keep the minor leagues intact.
You're damn right I am.
You know, this
intact, and by the way, the Quad City team will automatically move up to AAA.
I like the Midwest League, but
I'm just teasing it. I don't care as long as we keep the Bandits here, man. I'm worried, Stock. I think we're going to lose some stuff, man.
We need to get
really worried about
and the people need to be louder than they're being.
I mean, the thing is,
defending our Constitution. Don't get me started.
Yeah. By the way, I got
I'm really worried though about the minor leagues, about the
everything.
small
I'm worried
minor
about
leagues.
I'm completely worried about it. They keep telling it. The more every time I keep hearing that they're safe, I shake my head like I
don't believe anything they say.
I don't believe the fox in the hen house.
Yeah.
And the safety of the hens when the fox is in the hen house. I don't.
Well, Stock, I'm in charge of the hen house, and I'm gonna tell you what. Don't believe anything they're saying.
Well, when I think Major League Baseball.
I swear
like
to God, I
fox
did
in the
not
hen
have
house.
sexual relations with that woman.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Stocking about the NCAA and their decision yesterday about name, image, and likeness, and also what they came up today about the transfer rule.
All right, everybody. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport since 1992 with awesome beers such as the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy at the Raging River, and that oh-so-popular Cherry Bomb Blonde.
Favorite.
You can check out their Facebook page for food and drink specials or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Right now, it's all to go, so check out the restaurant at 208 East River Drive and get your nubbies on the grubbies out the dough. Or fill your growler at the tap room in the Freight House Complex. Those are our friends from Front Street Brewery.
Fill that growler.
Like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Will Kane Show.
I don't think there's any hard and fast rule here. It's not that you have to win while your quarterback's on a rookie deal. I don't want to pay Dak $40 million because you don't have to. What I would argue is this: get a good deal. The main thing to do is avoid paying average quarterbacks as though they're great. That's when teams get in trouble. There's no hard and fast rule except don't be a moron. The commodity or the quality that's in short supply in every walk of life is self-awareness. Who am I? How good am I? What am I worth? And I think that teams honestly aren't self-aware enough about their window, how good they are, and how good their quarterback is. My biggest lesson, honestly, Fitz, is not, you got to win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. It's not pay Dak, but don't pay him 40. It's just play smart business. Don't overpay. Be self-aware. Who is your guy and pay him at that rate.
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hi, I'm Mark Brenny from Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic with a few words about our current situation. Here at Brenny's, we are committed to being safe and responsible for the next foreseeable future. I intend on keeping my bike shop open to service our loyal customers. Keep in mind, motorcycle riding is social isolation. So, we have implemented curbside service for all parts, service, and sales. We will limit access to our buildings to those who need the help. Our employees are inside working on bike repairs, arranging financing for new and used units. We will pick up and or deliver units as necessary. Your best bet is to call on the phone or email our sales department with your requests or concerns. All our inventory is in our website, Brennies.com. There's no joke or punchline in this commercial because I don't want to make anybody sick. However, when this thing gets back to normal, and they will, prepare yourself for some truly cutting-edge, tasteless humor from me. Sincerely, Mark Brenny, Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic, across from Alcoa, almost.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
These are uncertain times, but we at First Midwest Bank remain strong, remain committed to our clients, to our communities. And we want those who are uncertain in these uncertain times to know that even though we currently all need to stay apart, we are all in this together. First Midwest Bank. To learn more about how we're helping our clients adjust through this difficult period, visit firstmidwest.com. Member FDIC.
The Quad City Sports Leader is always in the palm of your hands. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and never miss a thing. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
We are back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And you're on AM 1170, the K Barbarino.
1:51 in the afternoon, Thursday, April 30th.
Oh, you cool cats and kittens.
Hey, all you cool cats.
Carol Baskin.
Said before we went to break, the NCAA Board of Governors announced Wednesday it would support rule changes allowing athletes to earn money from their use of their names, image, and likenesses. This has got a lot of holes to it.
Yes.
Okay. It's a win for the athletes, but this is going to be as corrupt as can be.
It's going to be a mess because, you can have a top wrestler who wears Asics and maybe Nike says, well, if you go to Penn State and get them to wear Nikes, I'll give you $50,000.
Explain that in a different way.
Well, you can have kids talking with shoe companies like Nike, Reebok about Converse, about going here and promoting that shoe brand.
The athletes are supposed to be required to disclose the terms of their deals to the NCAA.
Well, I think it's a mess, but
I think it's a mess too. But I think the NCAA has no choice.
Yeah, the NCAA has to do this, I think they should give them something for their likeness. But here's what I would say.
Okay.
If you sell like a Sabrina Ionescu jersey.
Who?
The girl from Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Jay's got a young daughter who wants to be like Sabrina.
Okay.
That money would go to the profits would go to Oregon. There would be 3 pots. Her individual account, the women's basketball team individual account, and also the schools. The schools at the end of the year would be divvied up to all the teams, and then the team's account and the money that they got from the school would then go to individual players that qualified. Those players that qualify aren't suspended, aren't leaving to transfer, are in good academic standing. If you sell if he buys his son a Spencer Lee T-shirt, same thing. The profits would go now,
but you can't have the Iowa logo on it.
See, that's why I'm diverging. I think they should be able to have the Iowa logo or the
then they have
Oregon.
To split those profits with the university,
right? But they would still get a share of it.
But let's just say, all right. But at the same time, they can't use Like, let's say when Spencer Lee goes on a commercial for Lindquist Ford, I just throwing it out, and not that that's when he would go to, but let's just say that's who he goes to. He can't wear Iowa gear,
but I think
per se
he
on
should.
it, but he can wear black and gold.
Yeah, but I think he should be able to wear Iowa gear. I mean, people know who he is.
But then he's got to share that money with the thing. Think about it like this. For example, I wish Pat would call in. I do remember Pat doing an ad for one of the Ford dealers, and I don't know if it was Lindquist or not.
It was after.
Which Pat?
Was it after his
was
career?
after. Oh, yeah.
But I thought he was still playing.
He probably for the Colts, but yeah, he wasn't.
But he was still playing, but he didn't wear a Colts jersey when he did that ad.
Probably not.
And I wonder if that's a situation where they wouldn't allow. Pat would know.
Yeah,
that's interesting because you probably can't wear, even though you're an NFL player, you can't wear your shirt doing a different ad.
Yeah,
so like on Jerry Maguire, dude was wrong.
Yeah, you can wear the colors.
You can wear the colors, but you can't say like
Colts
or Cardinals or Cow, whatever.
See, I think that
I'm a professional football player.
Are you?
Yeah, well,
but see,
I'm Bix 7 2020 Bix runner.
Nigerian
I'm 2020
winner,
road
Jay
race
Foster.
champion Jay Foster.
Well, Pat's commercial was great.
But
He's
see,
a hell of an actor.
But see, I think
where's he at?
Like, say you have $12. Say the profit's $12. $4 would go to that kid's individual account. $4 would go to that team's account. $4 would go to the university. If it doesn't have an individual player, like just say it says Iowa State basketball or Iowa State tennis, then it would get split between the university and the team, and then the team's fine at the end of the year. The team would get the money from their account plus the money that they would get from the university and distribute it to all the players. So at least your tennis players, your swimmers, your runners get a share.
Yeah, no, because they're getting their share of.
And those big and the big names would get the bigger shares.
We can't give a share for nothing. I mean, tennis, these things that hemorrhage money from the athletic department, and now we're going to say, hey, you go here, you're going to make money off other people.
I think you're going to see a Title IX. I think you're going to see a ton of Title IX lawsuits.
Let's all black market bootleg this stuff. I'm going to make a bunch of shirts out with your name on it, with his name on it.
My name on it.
But see,
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a kid like Spencer Lee or like they brought up in one of the articles, J.J. Redick.
James Sullivan Award winner. Spencer Lee.
You get you win an award, and yet you can't even buy the jersey or the shirt that's got your face on it. I just think that's wrong.
Now, will that affect him for his amateur status for like the Olympics?
The Olympics are no longer amateur.
Okay, all right.
That's
true. The OC pays them. Yeah.
So I mean, I think that they should have been paid. I think it's a long time coming, but I think that and I think the other thing is they should have EA Sports.
Well,
I mean,
that's
the one thing I am concerned about, and this is big. A lot of the colleges do this, like the smaller sports after games. They have a thing where the kids can go get the autographs of all the players. Now, you got players that can't. I mean, that would be insane to charge for that.
Yeah,
they would still.
It would be a meet and greet type of thing. Yeah,
I mean, those are. I mean, like
it's gonna be dicey, buddy.
You got a lot of, like at Iowa State when they have the girls sign the autographs after the game.
Wait, they have sports at Iowa State,
but women's basketball at Iowa State is huge.
Do Iowa State athletes pay those people that take those? I'm kidding.
But you have a lot.
They
of kids
don't have sports at Iowa State.
But you have a lot of kids that have their autograph books or their programs, and the girls sign them. And it's they do that after the game, and there's a large line. They do that at high schools now.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen PV and other schools do that.
Real quick, today the NCAA Board of Governors has recommended delaying a change to the transfer waiver process that would permit all athletes to switch schools once without sitting out the season.
They need to get rid of the transfer rule now.
Well, the NCAA is basically saying we're not going to let them transfer.
Because it's getting ridiculous. I mean, you got people transferring and not sitting out a year. This graduate transfer's been abused. The transfer portal.
It's basically what I'm telling you. It's staying the same. It's staying the same right now.
It should.
They should be able to transfer. You should be able to transfer one time.
With penalty, yes. Sitting out a year.
Listen, there's only football, baseball, men's hockey, men's and women's basketball are the only ones that are required to sit out a season after transferring. Athletes in all their sports are allowed by rule one-time exception.
I think all sports, if you transfer, you sit out a year.
It's an ethical citizenship. If it doesn't apply to all athletes, it shouldn't apply. You can't do that.
I don't
high schools do that.
I don't like
stocking.
I don't like.
We gotta go. But I'm telling you this: if you're sitting there saying everybody should be paid in a fund, and then you're saying like, no, only some get to transfer whatever they want. It doesn't count.
I said you transfer, you sit out a year.
No.
That's a penalty.
No, kids, 18-year-olds can't make a decision.
For making a mistake.
Yeah.
I thought this coach was a good guy.
Yeah,
maybe he's not.
Well, I don't like kids leaving left and right.
All right, this was fun today.
It's not left and right. It's
guys,
just left.
This was fun today. Stocking, thank you so much for playing along with the draft and having fun with us and talking about the NFL draft, MLB, everything else.
And don't forget Bomber's going to she's going to Springfield, but we don't want to warn Springfield because they're gonna have people at the city line. They can't stop. Nobody puts Bommy in the corner.
Yeah, Bomber, don't.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow.
You can call me Collect Bomber.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I hope y'all tune in.
Okay, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. We'll talk to you soon.